Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Penny says that her husband Glenn told her best friend Paula that Penny was dying and wanted Paula to marry him.
What started as a search for truth.
You say that's a lie.
It's a lie.
You called me.
You pass yourself around more than a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Seriously? This is not about me, Glenn. This is about you.
Took a turn no one expected.
You seem to be struggling. Are you having an anxiety attack? Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by.
We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Okay. All right. I have a question for you, and you really have to think about this before you answer, because you'll knee-jerk. For all of you here and those at home, if the spouse or significant other of your best friend, somebody really close to you, hit on you, propositioned you, or really came on to you, would you tell your friend? Yeah. It could cost you the friendship. Think about that. How many would tell? Right here, up here.
My name's Haley, and I would tell solely because I'd rather be honest with a friend, because what if I end up having to be brought back into it a long time after it's happened? Then I'm gonna have to deal with it further. Like, just deal with it now and be honest.
Okay, so they might find out later and come and say, so you knew this and you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, all right, who else? Why would you tell?
Because I'd want to know.
You would want
Because I would
somebody
want
to
to know.
tell you.
Yes, yes. It happened to me. I would want somebody to know. They didn't tell me, and I would want to know.
Would you feel betrayed if they didn't tell you?
I did.
And once you found out, what'd you say to your friend?
Why didn't you tell me?
Now, who wouldn't tell? Raise your hand if you wouldn't tell. All right, back here.
I've told before, and it didn't work. So you're kind of screwed if you do, and you're screwed if you don't.
That was my point. It
Yeah.
doesn't always go smoothly,
It
does
doesn't
it?
always go smoothly, and I lost the friendship.
Okay, so I want you to listen to today's story, because Penny says that her close friend died. She was shocked when on the day of the memorial service, the newly widowed husband, Glenn, tried to kiss her. This is the day of the memorial service. Now, even though she felt like she was betraying her dear friend, just 3 months after the funeral, Penny and Glenn were married. But we all know the best predictor of future behavior is relevant past behavior. And eventually, Penny also fell ill and claims while she was in the hospital, Glenn told her best friend Paula that Penny was dying and asked Paula if she would step in as his wife and mother to their now 4-year-old daughter. Only problem with that plan is Penny didn't die.
I first met my husband Glenn because I was friends with his first wife who passed away. After the memorial service, Glenn tried to kiss me and told me he had feelings for me.
Penny and I found a letter from my first wife. The letter said, Penny, if you're reading this, I know that this is what Glenn wanted and you're now with each other.
We got married 3 months later. I was ecstatic.
I didn't think it was too fast because I love Penny, always have and always will.
I should have noticed the red flags with him being so clingy and trying to win me over. Now I think that Glenn is controlling. He's verbally abusive.
Making me think I don't know what I said. Idiot.
He's angry. He's a liar. He's a narcissistic sociopath.
Penny is downright cold-hearted and hateful. Her attitude towards me is horrible.
Well, a few months ago, my best friend Paula revealed a shocking secret to me. Glenn called her and told her that I was dying and said, once I die, will she marry him?
Glenn was lining up a new wife in case Penny died, and that wife was me.
What kind of husband would do that to his wife?
Paula is a liar. She's full of crap. The only thing I asked Paula is if something happened to Penny, if she would help take care of our daughter.
Glenn plays the victim and always makes excuses. I was secretly packing boxes to leave Glenn until he found out.
Said I'm moving out.
You did not know yet.
No, Glenn, I did not. That's what I told you a month ago.
No, that's what you told me a couple weeks ago.
My trust is completely gone with Glenn.
Now, your position is that you think he's done something that crossed the line in a big way.
Yes, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
But you say he made a move on you at his wife's memorial service.
Yes, sir, he did. He leaned over and tried to kiss me, and I no, it's enough's enough.
That crossed the line with you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it totally crossed the line.
That's a red flag, right? That tells you there's some flaw in this man's character that had to send up a red flag, right?
It did.
But you married him 3 months later.
I know I did. I know that because he wooed me so bad. He went out and he put billboards on his car. I kept telling him, just stay friends, we can build from there. Because I've known him for years.
Right.
We were friends.
Right.
But his first wife and I were friends also, and I felt like I was disrespecting her. Okay?
But you married him.
He came up with a letter that supposedly Glenna wrote and said that she knew how her and Glenn spoke prior to her passing because she had cancer. She knew she was dying. And, he brought me up this letter that she supposedly wrote. And it said that she knew Glenn was going to pursue me and that I had her permission.
Did it look like her handwriting?
I really didn't know Glenna's handwriting.
Uh-huh. You didn't know it was there until you found it?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. Now, you announced your love for her on the loudspeaker at a store?
Yes, at Walmart.
He did. He did. It was embarrassing.
How does that work? I didn't know you could get on the loudspeaker at Walmart. I mean, I've never tried, but
if you talk to the right person and get the right code, you can.
So you have to get a code?
Yes.
And then you get on the phone? What did you say?
I told Penny, I said, Penny, I love you. Open up your heart to me.
And
I was mortified.
What?
I mean, we were shopping.
What aisle were you in?
We were in the hunting section because he was wanting hunting socks. Okay. And I couldn't find him, and then all of a sudden I hear this loudspeaker, and I'm like this, and I start walking out of the store.
Were you flattered?
Sure. Who wouldn't be?
Well, I don't know what the norm is in the hunting sock section. I mean, I don't know. Did you try to kiss her the day of your wife's memorial service?
I honestly can't answer that. It was an emotional roller coaster.
Glenn, you did.
Sorry for your loss, by the way. I know that's difficult to...
But I do want to explain, when my first wife was going through the cancer treatment, she sat down, she tried to talk to me. She wanted to know if I thought about anybody. I explained to her that I wasn't comfortable talking about it. I said, all I want to do is go to the doctor and get you healed up. That's all I want to do. It kept up and kept up. And finally, she told me, she says, no, please, I want to know if you like anybody else. And that's when I come forward, even though I didn't want to. This was Glenna's wishes. I've always liked Penny. I've been there for Penny. Me and my first wife both had. And after everything that has happened with my wife and everything that I have dealt with since I have been a child has been an emotional roller coaster for me. I don't know how to cope with stuff, get it out of my head. It causes severe panic attacks.
See, and I didn't know anything about his past.
Well, we'll talk about that. Penny's best friend says she was shocked when Glenn told her that Penny was dying and he wanted her to marry him and take over as mother as well. Glenn denies this.
That's a lie.
But the best friend is here to set the record straight. We'll be right back.
Penny had called me, and she started telling me about some of her suspicions of Glenn. She said, Paula, now, do you know something? I told her everything, and she was absolutely shocked.
And later, Glenn, you seem to be struggling right now.
This is what he does.
Would you like to take a break?
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, will you come help him, and he can go backstage? And here we'll come this way.
DC is the city of pure craziness. What they're claiming, the Samuels are looking to divorce.
Did they say divorce or separate? What?
The book is officially out this Sunday.
I cannot put this book down.
I don't have time to take a break. I haven't been able to just be excited.
So they're renaming my street that I grew up on, Quicksilver Way.
I'm Joy.
And I'm Clifton. Love, sex, and paychecks.
Clifton kind of saw Ashley rolling her eyes. That bothered him.
Where is Monique at tonight?
I thought she would be here.
Down, in the hallway now. Man, stop playing with me and for these people, man. Conversation.
Wait. Keep playing with me, and I'm gonna stop playing nicely.
Who's playing with you?
It's my thing.
Chaos.
A whole bunch of drama.
Love and Marriage DC returns Saturday, January 21st at 8/7 Central. Part of Real Drama Weekends on OWN.
Johan and I are supposed to get married tomorrow, and I'm feeling really uneasy. Yo no sé qué es tu intención.
Si tú tienes tu duda, no te cases.
90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, tonight at 8 on TLC.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? What if your clothes could stay fresh for weeks? Now they can. Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. Pour a cap of Downy Unstoppables into your washing machine before each load and enjoy fresher smelling laundry. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent boosters. Shop for Downy Unstoppables online, including our lighter scent.
They told us to follow our dreams, then said they were unrealistic because passions don't pay bills. But what they didn't know is that dreamers make their own victory.
Why give your family just ordinary eggs when they can enjoy the best? Eggland's best.
The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste.
Plus, superior nutrition. Because the way we care is anything but ordinary.
Now, experience a non-invasive filler developed with dermatologists. New Rock Derm Correction Serum with our patented retinol formula. 97% had lines filled instantly and deep wrinkles reduced in 4 weeks. It's clinically proven.
Junk sleep got you all jumbled up? It's Mattress Firm's new bed, new you sale. Save up to $500 on the sleep you deserve. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase. Only at Mattress Firm.
Thank you. Next.
Can I return this love-hate relationship with cookies?
Of course. Do you want to return them both or just the hate?
I can just return the hate?
Yep.
I love that. Hate the hate.
Hate the hate.
I hate the hate.
Hate the hate.
Learn how to eat all the foods you love, even cookies, brownies, and desserts, and still lose weight. Weight Watchers can teach you how. Start today at WW.com.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Let the chips fall where they may.
There's some things that I've heard.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
My fear is when Glenn has one of his outbursts that he's capable of killing me and our daughter. He gets so mad that he can't remember what he does, and it scares the hell out of me.
I've never given Penny any reason to be scared of me or to live in fear of me harming her.
I've texted my friends and family if I show up dead or my house burns down for them to contact the police and to investigate Glenn. I am literally scared for my life.
Well, Penny says recently she learned that her husband Glenn told her best friend Paula that Penny was dying, and that when she passed away, Glenn wanted Paula to move in, look after their daughter, and marry him. Now, Glenn denies that. So let's hear what her best friend has to say.
Glenn is a total scumbag. He tries to get Penny to believe he is this wonderful, great husband. Glenn has run Penny down to nothing. She's just not the same friend that I once knew. She needs to get away from him and get herself help. In 2014, I got the call from Penny, and she was in the hospital. She had a blood clot. Then the next day, I get this call. I thought it was Penny. So once I answered, it was actually Glenn. He says Penny is dying. He said, Paula, I have a question. Would you step in and be the mother to our daughter? And later on, we can talk about marriage. A few months ago, Penny had called me, and she started telling me about some of her suspicions of Glenn. I don't know if she knew something was up by the tone of my voice. She said, Paula, now, do you know something? I told her everything, and she was absolutely shocked. I offered to take a lie detector test, and I would pay for it. I even offered to pay for Glenn's as well. She said no to both. She knew I would never lie to her. When Glenn says I'm a liar, it makes me so mad. I want to confront Glenn and tell him, how dare you? Penny needs to know the truth.
You say that's a lie.
Yeah, it's a damn lie. It's a lie. Paula,
You called me.
Listen to me. It's my turn to talk. You pass yourself around more than a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Seriously? This is not about me, Glenn.
Zip your
This
lip.
is about you.
No,
What
this
you've done
is
to
about
my
me
friend.
and my wife
No,
and my family.
you know,
if you
yes,
want to
I
pass
want you
yourself
guys to
around
be-
like a bucket of Kentucky Fried
like
Chicken,
you?
you're the
Is
one
that
that was
different?
out people when
Oh my
you're
goodness.
married.
No, separated. That's way different.
No,
That is
no,
way
it's
different.
not.
I was not leading my husband on like you have been. You called me and asked me
Yeah,
if I wait.
just
Let me speak.
I'm not going to stop. Just like you got
Okay.
Penny's phone the other night.
Well,
Yes, I did.
Hold on. Actually, you are going to stop.
Okay.
You're saying that he has a problem with rage and it scares you and he's
Scares me
explosive
beyond belief.
to the point that you're worried about what might happen. Seems to be a very valid thing, because it seems to me that he has a hair-triggered rage if somebody confronts him with something you don't like.
That's what he does all the time.
Is this typical of you yelling and screaming?
Mm-hmm.
Lately, yes.
Not lately.
Yeah.
You do it all the time, Glenn.
What are you, ventriloquist? I'm asking him.
I'm sorry. I'm nervous.
Is this typical, and why?
For a while, yes. I've got stuff that's pent up in me since I've been a child that I don't know how to deal with.
Well, what are you doing about it? What, have you gotten help for it?
I'm trying to get help right now. They put me on different medications.
Dr. Phil, he
seem to be
goes and
working.
then he goes and then he goes twice and he stops.
Are you in ongoing therapy right now?
Yes.
How often do you go?
Every 30 days.
So you're not in ongoing talking therapy with someone that you sit down with and
No.
go through. You just go in to get medication and they refresh it every 30 days.
Yes.
Paula says that you have called her and asked her if you wanted to try out the bed in your truck.
That is not what I said.
What did you say?
I asked her if something happened to Penny, if she would help take care of our daughter.
Do you have a bed in your truck?
All pickup trucks has got a bed in them.
You're talking about the pickup bed?
Yeah.
Well, that's not very romantic. So what did he say?
He asked, I want to go for a ride out in the country, and we can try out the new bed in his truck.
While I'm in the hospital.
Yeah.
So she's just making all this up out of whole cloth.
She tries
totally
to stir,
fabricated.
she tries to stir the pot. The only thing I asked her was if something would happen to Penny, if she would help take care of my daughter. I'm scared.
Well, Penny's niece says that her aunt needs to divorce Glenn, who she wants to expose for the man he really is. So we'll see what she has to say next. We'll be right back.
There is 100% no doubt that my aunt is in a verbally abusive relationship with Glenn. Their marriage is completely based on lies.
And later, you can stand. Anxiety doesn't take your legs away. You can stand.
I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry about it.
People gonna talk in D.C. They're claiming the Samuels are looking to divorce. I'm back and own them. And again.
Love and Marriage DC returns Saturday, January 21st at 8/7 Central.
Who says you have to spend more on skincare to get results? I power up my skin with Olay. It works, guaranteed. Try niacinamide for strength, retinol 24 for smoothness, and vitamin C for brightness. I like to use them all. Olay, face anything.
Special Agent Trent, Judge Bureau investigation.
He's your partner. Wilk sees things that no one else does. He can take you to another level.
Oh, I'd rather sneeze into my shirt all day than to use your old man hanky.
I bet I can solve this tonight.
You made a bet on this?
So an opportunity to make a little cash.
Sorry I gave you crap earlier.
Well, that was you giving me crap? That's sad.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time. Long live dreams. And long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali, and long live life.
Subway keeps upping their game with the Subway Series, an all-star menu of delicious subs. There's the Philly, the Monster, the Boss.
If I hadn't seen it in person, I wouldn't have believed it.
Eating is believing, Steph. The Subway Series. Try Subway's tastiest menu upgrade yet.
In today's challenging world, being safer at home has taken on a new dimension, and our seniors need more attention than ever before. With our award-winning one-to-one personalized home care, Visiting Angels can help your family navigate through these difficult times, providing care that will give you the peace of mind that makes the future look a lot brighter. Visiting Angels. We're here for you.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Trouble sleeping? Somnipure Melatonin Gummies from Force Factor are the solution. Incredibly delicious Somnipure Melatonin Gummies will help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up feeling refreshed. Rush to Walmart for Somnipure Gummies from Force Factor.
Let the chips fall where they may. There are some things that I've heard.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
Penny's niece Miranda says she will never stop interfering with her aunt's toxic marriage to Glenn until he ends in divorce. Take a look.
My Aunt Penny needs to leave Glenn and get a divorce. Glenn is a pig who has little man syndrome. There is 100% no doubt that my aunt is in a verbally abusive relationship with Glenn. She calls her a monkey, tells her to go herself. Their marriage is completely based on lies. I lived with my Aunt Penny and Glenn in 2015. I found a whole bunch of sex toys hidden under the couch. I told my Aunt Penny about the sex toys, but she did not want to believe it. He claimed the sex toys belonged to his deceased wife. Glenn has some type of hold over my aunt because she acts like she can't live without him. In 2015, we pulled up to the house. Glenn was running around with a gun screaming that somebody had broken into the house. I think Glenn creates these fake situations to make my Aunt Penny feel like she's only safe when he's around. Glenn is manipulative, he's a cheat, a liar, and he will never change. I want to confront Glenn and expose him and let people know the type of man that he really is.
Okay, thank you for being here. Glenn, you seem to be struggling right now. Are you having trouble with, are you having an anxiety attack?
First of all, you owe my aunt and my family an apology.
Okay, you guys don't understand how this works. I'll get to you in a minute.
Yes, Dr. Phill.
Are you having an anxiety attack right now? Are you having trouble breathing? I've asked you to sit back so you can open your lungs up because you're closing them down right now. So if you'll kind of sit up in the chair and sit up straight and sit back, you'll open your lungs up where you can breathe a little bit.
Dr. Phill.
Yeah.
This is what he does.
I understand. If you want to take a break, would you like to take a break? Would you like to take a break?
Yes.
Okay, Matt, will you come help him and he can go backstage and here we'll come this way. Okay.
Listen, this is all a show.
Just hold on.
I know you've seen this before.
Okay. That's okay. Okay.
As soon as I...
Here, let me have your hand and we can sit up here a minute. Sit up a little bit here. There we go. All right. Now, if you'll stand, we'll take you backstage where a nurse can attend to you. You want to do that? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, hold on.
Okay, we got you.
Hold on. No, you can stand. Anxiety doesn't take your legs away. You can stand.
I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry about it.
Is he faking?
It's all right.
Well, he's... his symptoms are inconsistent with what he's reporting, but it's endemic upon me to call medical personnel to examine him.
And that's what he does. Every new job he starts, within a month, I get a phone call. We've had to take your husband by paramedics. He's had a major panic attack. It's consistent.
Well, I understand, and that's part of the pathology. Penny says she doesn't want an abusive man like Glenn around her daughter. We've seen some explosive anger and rage here that just kind of came out of the blue when you suggested something he didn't want to hear. But I have some questions about how that impacts the child, what the duties are that you have, and what pattern that I think you seem to be ignoring here. So, Glenn may join us again. He may not. Either way, it's not going to change what I have to say to you and what these two ladies have to say to you. So we'll be right back to talk about that.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
In through your nose, out through your mouth. Close your eyes.
Closed captioning provided by...
My active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. Now, Skyrizi helps me get going by treating my skin and joints. Along with significantly clearer skin Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Skyrizi attaches to and reduces a source of excess inflammation that can lead to skin and joint symptoms. With Skyrizi, 90% clearer skin and less joint pain is possible.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like the feeling of improving my skin and joints. And that means everything. Now's the time to talk to your doctor about how Skyrizi can help treat your psoriatic arthritis so you can get going. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
What about this guy?
This guy's been through a lot.
Dogs bring out the good in us. Pedigree brings out the good in them. Feed the good.
Ugh, this rental car is so boring to drive.
Let's be honest. The rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring, and the reason can be found in the name itself. Rent-a-car? You don't want a friend. You want the friend. You don't want a job. You want the job. The is always over a. That's why we don't offer a car. We offer the car. 6th, rent the car.
Well, I'm not 100% sold yet.
Okay, have you considered...
It's fine, Flo. She's not interested. I get it. Not everyone wants to save money.
What's she doing?
I don't know. Renters and homeowners can bundle and save. For what? A trip to Bora Bora? Bora boring.
Okay, you know what? I'm in.
She's all yours. Want some tacos?
Nah, I'm not really in the mood.
Yeah, you're right. So messy. All the napkins, those different toppings.
Actually, I'm in.
Yeah, you are.
Life Cuisine is extra. Extra tasty, extra good. Like the Life Cuisine cauliflower crust pepperoni pizza with 18 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. It's extra delicious. So go on, be extra. Life Cuisine.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Tension's gonna fly.
Everybody's dating each other, but everybody knows they're dating each other.
Your directness is getting out of hand.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, well.
If you're looking for a man, say amen.
Amen.
There are some things that I've heard.
It's so embarrassing.
Okay, sweetheart.
Next.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
People gonna talk in D.C. They're claiming the Samuels are looking to divorce. I'm back and own them. And again, and again, and again.
Love and Marriage DC returns Saturday, January 21st at 8/7 Central.
I think Glenn is a really bad father. Their daughter acts like she is scared of Glenn.
Glenn looks at his daughter like she's a burden. Glenn is a very absent father. He leaves Penny to take care of her all by herself.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate Glenn a 1. Glenn has been physically abusive to our daughter, and I don't trust him around her.
I would never do anything to harm my daughter. I try to love her and be the best father that I can be.
Well, Penny claims she is leaving her lying and cheating husband, Glenn. She says she's doing it next month, but is unsure if she has the strength to walk away for good. Now, Glenn was here, but towards the end of our last bit of conversation here, he started to report that he was having trouble breathing. I asked him to sit up so he could open his lungs and regulate his breathing. He did not respond to that. I asked him if he was having an anxiety attack. He said yes. I asked him if he'd like to go backstage and have medical personnel examine him. He said yes, but then he fell down on stage. We helped him up and helped him backstage. I don't know if he's doing this as a avoidance mechanism because he feels like he's sitting across from a firing squad here, 3 to 1, or if in fact he hyperventilates to the point that he gets ischemic, hypoxic, and loses some focus and falls over. I don't know. You say that this is a very common practice with him, that if he gets confronted or gets under pressure or wants to avoid something, that he feigns an anxiety attack and goes to the hospital.
All the time.
And there's never anything wrong with him.
No.
Then he comes
Never.
back. But you understand, doing that, let's say he's doing that totally manipulative, that in and of itself is pathology.
Right.
The fact that you do that rather than confront and deal with your circumstance and situation, that alone is pathological.
Right.
And change-worthy. I took a look at what you have in front of you. What you have in front of you, and I put it together in a chronological order so we can take a look at it. We go back to February 11, back here, and what we see here is his wife passes away, and as I told him, I'm sorry for his loss. Nobody likes to experience that, and you say he kisses you the day of the memorial service. Your response was you pulled away, felt like it was too soon after his wife's death.
Yeah, way too
But
soon.
now, at that point, this should really be a red flag for you.
And it was.
Okay, but then we come to March. This is just a month later. He announces love for you on the store loudspeaker and then shares an alleged letter from his deceased wife giving her blessing. And your response is you feel embarrassed that you're betraying your friend's memory, but you feel comforted by the letter.
I did.
You don't know about the authenticity of the letter, and kind of like the anxiety attack, it seemed to come in a really convenient time.
It did.
Wouldn't that cause you to say, I'm suspicious about this?
Honestly, I was suspicious, but he is so good at making you feel like you're the queen of the world, and he knew my prior relationship, so he knew how to work me.
We come to April here, and there's an arranged proposal where he's singing and they're holding up signs and everything. And your response here is you agree to the marriage.
I did.
And in fact, you're married soon thereafter,
Yeah,
like the next
right.
month. There's another red flag here that you should be concerned about?
I should have, but I didn't.
Okay, so now we jump ahead, and we're into June of 2018. He physically abuses your daughter.
Yes, he
Now,
did.
he'll say no to that, so he's not here, so let me deny it for him.
Okay.
Because he said before he left, I love my daughter, but you say you witnessed that he squeezes her arm, he slapped her leg, and you told him that that was uncalled for.
When that happened, I started thinking in myself, I'm not going to do this. He's not going to do this to our daughter.
We actually have pictures of that.
That's where he squeezed her arm.
One definition of abuse is failure of a parent to keep a child out of harm's way.
Me and her went to my parents.
No, listen to me. It's endemic upon you if you have a child exposed to someone that you believe is a danger to them, can get physical with them, can do harm to them mentally, emotionally, physically, or through negligence, fail to feed them, whatever, in any way constitute a problem with them, and you fail to remove that child from that situation, that's negligence on your part,
Well,
and you're guilty of abuse.
I called the women's hotline and asked them what I needed to do.
Is the child still living in the home with the father?
No. We're in
Okay.
a separate home now.
Okay, I want to be sure you understand the impact of this. We'll talk more about this when we come back. Closed captioning provided by...
Let the chips fall where they may.
They just gonna fly.
Everybody's dating each other, but everybody knows they're dating each other.
Your directness is getting out of hand.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, well.
If you're looking for a man, say amen.
Amen.
There are some things that I've heard.
It's so embarrassing. Okay, sweetheart. Next. I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
Johan and I are supposed to get married tomorrow, and I'm feeling really uneasy. Yo no sé qué es tu intención.
Si tú tienes tu duda, no te cases.
90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise, tonight at 8 on TLC.
Get ready to say those 5 little words. No, not let me get the pancakes, or I'll have all the bacon. We're talking about
Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity.
I'm gonna get the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
The Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
I think I'm gonna have the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Yep, it's back for a limited time. The $6 Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity combo. 2 eggs, 2 bacon strips, and 2 fruit top pancakes. Only from IHOP. Download the app and earn free food with every order.
Kids can change minds. They can even change the world around us. Packed with protein plus 21 vitamins and minerals, we nourish them with Carnation Breakfast Essentials. Because today could change everything.
I never get tired of this. Making Angel Soft strong and soft.
It's like magic.
Every time. Angel Soft, soft and strong, simple.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's one pill, once a day, that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 2 days. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Having triplets is amazing.
Expensive.
Okay, well, that too. So we switched to Bargain detergent, but we ended up using 3 times as much, and the clothes still weren't as clean as with Tide.
So we're back to Tide. They're cuter in clean clothes.
They are. Thanks, honey. You suck at folding.
Oh, I know.
Do 3 times the laundry and get a Tide clean. It's got to be Tide.
Coming January 21st.
The Samuels are looking to, the D word, divorce, separate, something like that.
Did they say divorce or separate? What? We just had a whole show prep with our producer, and no one told me we was gonna bring us up live on the air today.
She says that her and her husband are trying to fix their marriage of denying any divorce rumors.
All marriages go through stuff. Does that mean we're separated or getting divorced? Absolutely not.
Love and Marriage DC. New episodes Saturday, January 21st at 8/7 Central.
Okay. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
All right. How are you?
First name?
Yeah.
All right, then we're gonna put these stickers on you, okay? In through your nose, out through your mouth. Close your eyes. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Long, deep breaths.
Can you all afford me about 1 minute to talk with him for just a second before you take him away? So, Glenn, I guess they're going to take you and check you out. Have you told them that you have these anxiety attacks on a regular basis?
Yes.
This is a recurring thing for you?
I had one this morning, had to go out front of the motel when the guy at the counter had to sit with me and walk around after I took my pill.
You said that you've had trouble finding help to get this. Well, I want to tell you that I'm going to arrange that for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to arrange you a counselor that's going to work with you specifically, beginning with giving you the tools to handle this anxiety on your own.
Thank you.
Not just leaning on the medication. We're going to get that handled, and then when you've got that under control, then we can deal with the other things. Because you deserve to have some help with this.
I needed it. That's why I wanted to talk to you. I got problems in my head where I can't let stuff go, and it builds up.
Well,
anger and frustration, and I don't know how to get it out.
Well, you're not going to get that out through a pill bottle. You're going to get that out with some good quality professional help, and I'm going to arrange that for you the minute you get home.
Thank you.
Okay? All right. You take care, and we'll be in touch right away.
Thank
you. Got very competent help here for you. Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
When your V-neck looks more like a U-neck, that's when you know it's half washed. Downy has 7 benefits that condition and smooth fibers, so clothes look newer, longer. Feel the difference with Downy.
For the doers, the change makers, the moms, and dads, for all those seeking a better future. Walden University has been advancing remote learning for more than 50 years. With a degree from Walden, you can make an even greater difference for you and those around you. Walden University.
I promise you, we're gonna find her. The kidnapper might still be in the area.
I got a description, but no ID. We're almost out of time.
We gotta dig deeper. We will get to the bottom of this.
We got a hit. He doesn't get away.
Come on, let's go, 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 go. The girls, where are they? Come on!
You're safe now. You're okay.
Alert. Missing Persons Unit. All new. Check local listings.
Claire stayed in this amazing hotel and paid this much for her room. Jess stayed in the same hotel and paid a lot less. How? Let's go back. While Claire found her hotel on her usual booking site, Jess found her deal on Trivago. Have a look-see, Claire. Trivago compares hotel offers from major booking sites so you can find the best deal for you. Hotel Trivago.
Now, experience a non-invasive filler developed with dermatologists. New Rock Derm Correction Serum with our patented retinol formula. 97% had lines filled instantly and deep wrinkles reduced in 4 weeks. It's clinically proven.
Even before the pandemic, my visiting angel's caregiver has been by my side. I would be lost without her. And my daughter doesn't have to worry about me like she used to. My visiting angel makes sure I'm safe and sound in my own home. She's not just a caregiver. She's essential to me and my family.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Next on Behind the Series.
Let me tell you about the greatest roster ever assembled.
The monster, the outlaw, and you can't forget about the boss. It wasn't just a roster, it was a menu.
The Subway Series, the greatest menu of all time.
I'm Dr. Oppenheimer. Many of my patients want better sleep. I recommend Somnipure Melatonin Gummies from Force Factor. With great tasting Somnipure Melatonin Gummies, you'll fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up refreshed. Rush to Walmart for Somnipure Gummies from Force Factor.
Let the chips fall where they may. There are some things that I've heard.
I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
Last year I told Glenn, either we go to counseling or I'm going to move in with my parents. The counselor wanted to separate us due to Glenn's anger issues.
I stopped going because the counselor Penny was talking to was trying to drive our family apart.
I told the counselor about his temper. My counselor looked at me in the eyes and said, "What the hell are you still doing with him?"
In my mind, Dr.Phill is the best in the world. Dr.Phill listens to both sides, and I honestly believe Dr.Phill can see that I am trying to change.
Well, Penny says that her 7-year-old marriage to her husband, Glenn, is over. The question is, should it be? After his panic attack, he just left with the paramedics. I chatted with him for just a minute to tell him that I'm going to get him some help. So I will arrange for him to have some one-on-one counseling. He does need it, and so do you.
Yes, sir, I do.
Amen.
Yes, I do.
Because
that's why I wrote you.
listen, you have two ladies here that obviously care very much about you, and they're willing to come here. They're telling you what they see. We have a brief statement from your mother. I'm not reading the whole thing, but just I've paraphrased it. This man has hurt Penny so bad over the years. Penny should most definitely leave him. He changed when they had their daughter and has little interest in being a father. No woman should take the abuse this man has put her through. I support my daughter 100%, but they need to put their daughter first. If Penny doesn't leave him now, then she has made her bed.
Amen, Grandma. Yep, that's my mama. And I agree totally to everything my mother said.
That's her position. Now, you're asking me, what you should do. Should you get out of this marriage, or should you stay in the marriage?
Yes. Can he get help to the point that he can be a good dad and I can trust him again? Because the trust issues, the lies, the manipulating, the deceitfulness, is that something that he can get control of and be the man that I thought he was?
Being the one that kissed you at his wife's memorial service.
There you go.
And asked you to marry him.
Right.
I mean,
you're right. You're right.
I mean, we need a common sense alert here. This is just plain common sense.
My problem is I care about everybody and I try to fix everybody.
No,
and then I put me here.
Your problem is you are an economic prisoner. You feel like you can't afford to leave.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's why you're there. You're not there because you think he might get better. You're not there because you think maybe there's a future. You're there because you don't think you can afford to leave.
But I found out I can, and that's where I'm at. Thank you.
Listen, I would much rather have you and your daughter living in a shelter where you are safe and she is loved than to have the two of you living in a situation with an unstable individual that is subject to explosive, unchecked rage that can go off the high side. And you sent a text that referenced a gun.
Yes, sir, I had the gun.
You said that he came home looking for a gun. Here's the text exchange between Penny and Miranda. Penny, Glenn came in asking where the gun was, called me a blanking idiot. So if I'm shot tonight in my sleep, he killed me. I just needed to text someone this for proof. Miranda's response, wow, you need to leave. If you're in a box under a bridge, you're better off than putting yourself and your daughter's lives in danger with someone that is unstable. This is not a close call. We'll be right back. Closed captioning provided by...
People gonna talk in D.C. They're claiming the Samuels are looking to divorce. I'm back. And again, and again, and again.
Love and Marriage DC returns Saturday, January 21st at 8/7 Central.
I have moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, so I'm taking Zeposia, a once-daily pill, because I won't let UC stop me from being me.
Zeposia can help people with UC achieve and maintain remission and has been shown to reduce symptoms in as early as 2 weeks. Zeposia is the first and only S1P receptor modulator approved for UC. Don't take Zeposia if you had a heart attack, chest pain, stroke, or mini-stroke, heart failure in the last 6 months, irregular or abnormal heartbeat, if you have untreated sleep apnea, or take MAOIs. Zeposia may cause serious side effects, including infections that can be life-threatening and cause death, slow heart rate, liver or breathing problems, increased blood pressure, macular edema, swelling and narrowing of the brain's blood vessels, and increased risk of PML, a rare brain infection that usually leads to death or severe disability. Tell your doctor if you are pregnant or plan to be. Don't let UC stop you from doing you. If you're living with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis, ask your doctor about once daily Zeposia.
You can see here in my before and after pictures how much more loose and apparent my stretch marks were. And now in my after, you can see that it's so much tighter and firmer. I tried everything to fade the look of my stretch marks. And then I was introduced to this, Maylee's B-Flat Belly Firming Cream. This has changed my life. My belly looks so much tighter and firmer, and I'm just so happy that I finally found something that works for me. Grab free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee at maylees.tv.
Bad bed makes for a bad back. During Mattress Firm's New Bed, New You sale, save up to 50% on top brands, with Sealy Queen mattresses starting at $349.99 and Sleepy's starting at $179.99. Only at Mattress Firm.
I'm your glitchy Wi-Fi, and I've decided, well, if you're on vacation, I am too. Which means your smart home isn't so smart.
Sprinkler on.
And now I'm sending mixed signals to your garage. But if you haven't bundled your home in auto coverage, trying to unpack this isn't going to be too much fun. Hey, check the router. So get Allstate. You better protect it from mayhem while saving up to 25% when you bundle home and auto.
Let the chips fall where they may.
Tension's gonna fly. Everybody's dating each other, but everybody knows they're dating each other.
Your directness is getting out of hand.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, well.
If you're looking for a man, say amen.
Amen.
There are some things that I've heard.
It's so embarrassing.
Okay, sweetheart.
Next, I think he's a fraud, and I don't think he's a good person.
It's only gonna get worse. I ain't gonna do this with everybody.
This is too much.
Ready to Love. New episode Friday, 8/7 Central.
It's time for you to step up and be an adult and take that child out of this dangerous situation, get somewhere that the two of you can focus on a mother-daughter bond and put her needs above yours and above everyone else, and help her to feel that she is a quality, top-notch human being. And you know, you've been in the hospital, you need to take care of yourself. You're the only mother this child will ever have. Will this man get himself under control? I don't know. He certainly can. I'm an incurable optimist. I believe I can bring him really quality help, and I think he can respond to that. And I think he probably will. But that's a question for a year from now. The immediate concern is your safety and your daughter's safety. Your self-worth and self-esteem is so low right now that you're apparently willing to accept things that you just never would have thought you were willing to accept.
No, this isn't me.
So, I mean, your friend just told you that you've changed, that you're not the person that you were. I mean, you guys see that, right?
We do.
So you need some professional help, and I'm going to get that for you, but not couples therapy.
I don't want that right now.
That's not what's going to happen. You need to be away from him, but I think the therapist that I'm going to involve him with is going to tell him, you're not in a position to be in a parenting role right now. Let's focus on you. And I think you're going to find that if he will listen to this therapist, and I think he will, that you're going to have a completely different situation because the adults are getting ready to arrive on the scene.
Thank you.
And take the help I'm going to arrange for you and protect that little girl.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here.
All right. I want to thank all of my guests today. We will see you next time.